Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to solve O-Levels Additional Mathematics Paper 2 in a session May-June 2019 Paper 2-2. So let's start with the first question. Question number 1, given that the function y sine x over ln of x square, find an expression for dy by dx. Okay, so we have to apply the quotient rule here. So dy by dx is equals to the denominator function derivative of the numerator function minus the numerator function and the derivative of the denominator function. Okay, divided by the square of the denominator function, right? The denominator function is ln x square, its whole square, right? Now by further simplification we have ln x square. The derivative of sine is cos x, right, minus sine x, and the derivative of ln of x is 1 by x square, and the x square derivative is 2x. So this is cancelled with this x, right? And this whole thing is divided by ln x square whole square. Okay, let's simplify by one more step. We have cos x ln x square negative 2 by x sine x, and this whole thing divided by ln x square whole square. Right. Now for question number 2, find the values of k for which the equation has real and distinct roots. Okay, so for real and distinct roots, it means the discriminant is greater than 0, right? So we have to solve the discriminant. Discriminant is b square minus 4ac. We have to put it greater than 0. So the coefficient of x square is a, x coefficient is b, and the constant term is c. So the b is k, so we do k square minus 4 times a value is k minus 1 times the c value is minus k is greater than 0. Further simplification, k square minus plus 4k square, and we have negative times negative is positive, right? 4k times with k and 4k times with minus 1, so minus 4k. This is greater than 0. So this is 5k square minus 4k. This is greater than 0. And let me take k common. We have 5k minus 4 is greater than 0. And from here we have two values of k equals to 0 and k is equals to 4 by 5. Okay, what is 4 by 5? 4 divides 5, sorry. 4 by 5, this is 0.8. Okay, so we have to find the values of k when this equation has a real and distinct roots. So if I draw the parabola, so as you can see, this is a quadratic equation in a variable k, and the coefficient of k square is positive. So it means that the parabola opens upward, right? So let me draw this parabola, and its opening is upward. We have two zeros, k equals to 0, this is the 0, and k equals to 0.8. Right, now we have to find when this parabola is greater than 0, when it is less than 0 and more than 0.8. These are the two values. So we can say k is less than 0 and k is more than 0.8. So these two values of k, the equation has a real and distinct roots. Question number 3, part 1, given that x minus 2 is a factor of this polynomial, use factor theorem to show that a equals to 4. So if it is a factor, let's say that this is a polynomial p of x, right? If it is a factor, so it means p of 2 must be equals to 0, right? When you substitute x equals to 2, this would be equals to 0. So a 2 cube minus 12 2 square plus 5 times 2 plus 6, this is equals to 0 because it is a factor. So this is 8a minus 2 square is 4, and we have 12 times 4 is 48 minus 48 plus 2 times 5 is 10 plus 6, this is equals to 0, right? Now we have to do 10 plus 6 minus 48, this is minus 32, or we can say 8a equals to 32, and a equals to 32 divides 8, this is equals to 4. So we have showed that the a value is equals to 4. Now for the second part, showing all your working, factorize this polynomial and hence solve when this is equals to 0, right? We have to factorize it when a value is equals to 4. Now from the first part, we have given the information that x minus 2 is its factor. So let me use a synthetic division method here. Okay. So the coefficient of x cube is 4, x square coefficient is minus 12, x coefficient is 5, and the constant term is 6, right? So 2 is a factor, so we have to take 2. So taking 4 down, 2 times 4 is 8, and minus 12 plus 8. 8 minus 12, negative 4. 2 times 4 is 8, minus 8, minus 8, minus 8 plus 5, this is negative 3. And 2 times 3 is minus 6, so this is just 0. So now these are the coefficients of the quadratic equation, right? So the first factor is x minus 2. Then we have 4 is a coefficient of x square. This minus 4 is a coefficient of x, and this is a constant term, minus 3. Okay. First we have to factorize, and then we have to solve it equals to 0, right? Okay, so now we have x minus 2. Let me factorize this. It's a quadratic equation. So 4 times minus 3 is negative 12. Now we have to factorize 12. If I can say 2 times 6, and 2 minus 6 is minus 4. Yes, 4x square plus 2x minus 6x minus 3. So here we have x minus 2. Let me take 2x common. We have x plus 2. X plus 1, and negative 3 common. We are taking 2 common, sorry, 2x plus 1, right? Now the factors are x minus 2, 2x minus 3, and 2x plus 1. So we factorize this. Now we have to put this polynomial equals to 0, and we have to solve it. Okay, now this means that we can say x minus 2, 2x minus 3, and 2x plus 1, this is equals to 0. So we have all the three factors equals to 0. 2x minus 3 is equals to 0. And we have 2x plus 1 is equals to 0, right? So we have the values of x equals to 2. X is equals to 3 by 2. And x is equals to minus 1 by 2. So these are the three values of x. Question number 4. A circle has a diameter x which is increasing at a rate of 0.01 centimeter per second. Okay, so diameter is increasing at a rate of this, right? So we can say that we have given the information that diameter is dx, it is increasing at dt because second is time is equals to 0.01. Find the exact rate of change of area of a circle when x is 6. Okay, so area of a circle is pi r square. This is a radius. So what is radius? Radius is half of diameter. Diameter divided by 2. So in this case, the diameter is x. X divides 2. So what is a diameter? Diameter is equals to x. This is equals to 2 times of radius, right? Now here we are using the x, the radius. So we can say pi radius is x square and 2 square is 4, right? Now we have to differentiate rate of change of area. So we can say dA over dt we have to find. This is dA over dx times dx over dt, right? Now area derivative with respect to x, we can say that pi by 4 is a constant term, and 2x square derivative is 2x times dx over dt is 0.01. So at x is equals to 6. So just substitute x equals to 6 here. So 2 times 2 is 4. So we have pi by 2 times 6 times 0.01. So this is a rate of change of area of a circle when x is 0 point, x is 6. Yes. Okay. So we can say pi by 2 times 6 times 0 0.01. So this is equals to 0.094, or if I can write down this as 0.03 pi, because 3 by 100 is 0.03 pi. Question number 5, part 1. Express this standard form of a quadratic equation in the form vertex where p, q, r are constants. So converting standard form into vertex form basically. So the first step is we have to take the coefficient of x square common from the first term and the second term. So here we have just x square is left, and we know that 5 times 3 is 15. So minus 3x is left and plus 1 is outside. Okay, now 5, we have x square minus 3x. Now we have to take the coefficient of x, that is negative 3, divided by 2 and take its whole square. So this is 9 by 4. So we add 9 by 4 and subtract 9 by 4. So plus 9 by 4 and minus 9 by 4 and plus 1. So we have 5 and x minus 3 by 2 whole square. This is x square and this is 3 square by 2 square. So x 3 by 2, and this is the negative sign. Now 5, now plus 1 is as it is, minus 5 times minus 9 by 4, sorry. Just 5 is multiplying with this expression. So 5 into x minus 3 by 2 whole square. Okay, so 9 times 5 divides 4. Okay, times minus 1 and add 1. So this is minus 41 by 4. Right. So if I do in decimals, this is minus 10.25. Okay. So 5 into x minus 1.5 whole square minus 10.25. This is a vertex form, right? So this is P, Q, and R. Now for the second part, hence state the least value of this function and the value of x at which it occurs. Okay, so compare this function with the given one. So we have 5x square minus 15x and plus 1 is the given function. Now if I compare with this, so x square coefficient is 1, so it means we have to divide each term by 5. Right. So here we will get x square minus 3x and 1 by 5 is 0.2 plus 0.2. So means we have to divide this expression as with 5 as well, right? So this expression is equals to 5 into x square minus 1.5 whole square. This is divided by 5, and minus 10.25 is also divided by 5. So the answer for this expression is we have x square minus 1.5. Sorry, x minus 1.5 whole square, not x square. And what is 10.25 divides 5? 2.05, negative 2.05, right? Now we have to find the least value of this. So we can say that least value is negative 2.05, the y coordinate of the vertex, and it occur at x is equals to 1.5. Question number 6, part A, state the order of the matrix. So order of the matrix is number of rows multiply number of columns. So how many rows? 1 and 2. So there are 2 rows times 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 columns. So 2 by 4. Now for part B, we have a matrix. Say number 1, find A inverse. So for inverse of a matrix, we have to do adjoint of a matrix divides the determinant of the matrix. So let's find the determinant of the matrix. This is 2 times 3, this is 6, negative, minus 1 times minus 4 is 4, so this is equals to 2, right? Now the inverse of the matrix, A inverse, is 1 by 2 is the determinant, and the adjoint is we have to change the positions of 2 and 3. This becomes 3 and 2, and changing the signs of minus 4 and minus 1, this is 4 and 1. So this is inverse. Now for the second part, hence given that ABA equals to identity matrix, find the matrix B. Okay, so we have to remove these A's. So if I apply A inverse from the left side, A, B, A equals to A inverse I, right? So A inverse is the identity matrix. We are left with BA equals to A inverse I. Now removing this A, so we have to apply A inverse on this side. So A inverse equals to A inverse identity times A inverse, right? So B matrix is equals to A inverse whole square. So times identity is the same, right? So we have given the A inverse, so we have to do its product. We will get B. So B equals to A inverse times A inverse, right? A inverse times A inverse, the product. So A inverse is 1 by 2 times 3, 1, 4, 2, and then cross 1 by 2, 3, 1, 4, 2. So the matrix B is 1 by 4, 2 times 2 is 4, and doing the matrix multiplication, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 1 is 4. So 9 plus 4, 3 times 4 is 12, and 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 3 and 2 times 1, 3 plus 2. 1 times 4 and 2 plus 2, 2 times 2 is 4. So we have 1 by 4, and we have 9 plus 4 is 13. This is 5, and 12 plus 8 is 20. This is 8. So this is the matrix B. Question number 7a part, we have to solve this logarithmic equation. This is a log with a base 10. So converting x logarithmic to exponential, we have x square minus 3 equals to 10 exponent 1. Sorry, 10 power 0, because we have a 0 here, right? So x square minus 3, 10 exponent 0 is just 1. So x square is equals to 1 plus 3. This is equals to 4. And we have x is equals to plus minus square root of 4. So here we have x is equals to plus minus 2. Now for the second part B, number 1, show that a is greater than 0. This expression may be written as sine 2x plus 5 plus k, where k is an integer. Okay, so we have to close the laws first, right? So we can say that, so these two, simplifying the numerator. So ln of this and this we are adding, so we do the product. So a power sine 2x plus 5 product 1 by a, right? This is divided by ln of a. Okay, further simplification, we have ln of a and its power is sine 2x plus 5. In product we have a power is minus 1. So this a power is sine 2x plus 5, and this a power is minus 1. When bases are same, we can add the powers. Divides ln of a. Applying the property of logarithm again. So first comes the power, comes the first. So we can say sine of 2x plus 5 minus 1 is the power. It comes before ln of a, divides ln of a. We can cancel ln of a and ln of a, and the simplified answer is, we can say sine 2x plus 5 minus 1. So k is an integer, that is negative 1. Now for the second part, hence find the integration of this with respect to x. So this expression is equals to this. We have to integrate it. Sine 2x plus 5 integration with respect to dx, and minus 1 integration with respect to dx, right? So integration of sine is minus cos 2x plus 5, and the derivative of 2x plus 5 is just 2 minus x plus some constant of integration. Question number 8, part A. In the binomial expansion of this, the coefficient of x cube is 120 times the coefficient of x5. Find the possible values of constant a. So let me open this expansion. So the power is 6. So we can say the first term, power 6 plus 6c1. A power is 5 and minus x by 2 plus 6c2. A power is 4. and minus x by 2 power is 2 plus 6c3 a power is 3 minus x by 2 power is 3. So you can see this is the term x cube term, right? Okay, 6c4 a power is 2 and minus x by 2 power is 4 plus 6c5 a power is 1 and minus x by 2 power is 5, right? So we have to use just two terms, the coefficient of x cube and the coefficient of x power 5, right? Okay, let me simplify. The coefficient of x cube is 120 times the coefficient of x power 5. So 6c3 is 20. So this is 20 a cube, and this is negative x cube, or we can say minus 1 by 8. This is a coefficient of x cube, right? This is equals to 120 times the coefficient of x power 5. What is 6c5? 6c5 is 6. We have a and minus 1 over a 2 power 5 is 32. Yes, 32. Right, now we have to solve for a, right? So from here we have 20 divides 8. This is 5 by 2. So minus 5 divides 2a cube. This is equals to 6 divides 32 and 6 by 32 times 120. This is minus 45 by 2a. We can cancel the 2a with this a square, so we are, and cancel the negative signs, right? So 5a square equals to 45, right? So what is a square? A square is 45 divides 5. This is 9. And to get the value of a is equals to plus minus square root of 9, and a is equals to plus minus 3. So these are the possible values of a constant a. Now for B part, number 1, expand this expression in ascending power of x as far as the term in x cube. Simplify each term. So we have to open this expansion del x cube. This power is 20, right? So the first term, power 20 plus 20c1, 1 power 19, 2x. Now x, this is x cube. We have to go till x cube, right? 20c2, 1 power is 18 and 2x power square. One more term. 20c3, 1 power is 17 and 2x whole cube. Now, right. 1 power 20 is just 1. 20c1. 20c1 is 20 plus 20 times 2. This is 40x. Right. And plus 20c2, this is 190 times 2 square is 4, 760 x square, right? And the next we have plus 20c3 times 8, 9120 x cube. Okay. Now for the second part, use your expansion to show that the value of this expression is 0.67 to 2 decimal place, right? We have to use this, our expansion, right? So it means this expression they are using here and comparing with this one. So 1 plus 2x power 20, they are saying it is 0.98 power is 20. So comparing the bases, so we can say 1 plus 2x is equals to 0.98. So what is x? X is equals to 0.98, subtracting 1 and then dividing by 2. 0.98 minus 1 divides 2. This is minus 0.01. So x value is negative 0.01, right? Okay. Now let me use my expansion. Use your expansion to show that this expression is 0. Okay, just put x equals to negative 0.01. So 1 plus 40 times negative 0.01 plus 760 times negative 0.01 square plus 9120 times negative 0.01 whole cube, right? So this is 1 times by 40. This is negative 0.4 and 0.01, it's square, and times 760 we have plus 0.076 and 0.01 cube, this is with a negative sign, times 9120, this is equals to negative 9.12 times 10 exponent negative 3 times minus 1 and then add 0.076 and then negative 0.4 and then add 1. So this is equals to 0.66687. So up to 2 decimal place, this expression 0.66688. So for 2 decimal place 0.6 and this is 6, so add 1, so 0.67 up to 2 decimal place. Question number 9, part A, we have to solve this equation for x is between 0 to 360 degree. So we have to put the value of sine square x. So we know that cos square theta plus sine square theta is equals to 1. And what is sine square theta? This is 1 minus cos square theta. Right, let me substitute this value here. So 6 into 1 minus cos square x minus 13 cos x, shifting 1 to the left side, minus 1 equals to 0. 6 minus 6 cos square x minus 13 cos x minus 1 equals to 0. Negative 6 cos square x, negative 13 cos x, and plus 5, this is equals to 0. Taking minus sign common or dividing by minus 1, so we have 6 cos square x plus 13 cos x, and this is minus 5 equals to 0. Okay, let me factorize this. So 6 times minus 5 is negative of 30, minus 3 times minus 10, right? And negative, okay, but we cannot do minus 3 minus 10. This is minus 13. Okay, we need to do 30. 2 times 15 is 30, right? And 15 minus 2 is 13. 6 cos square x plus 15 cos x minus 2 cos x minus 5, this is equals to 0. Okay, so let me take 3 common. Cos x is common. 3 times 2 is 6 cos x and 3 times 5 is 15. Minus 1 is common. 2 cos x plus 5 equals to 0. So here we have two factors, 2 cos x plus 5, and the other factor is 3 cos x minus 1 equals to 0. Now put both the factors equals to 0. We have cos x equals to minus 5 by 2, and from here we have cos x equals to 1 by 3. Let me solve the positive value of x first. So cos inverse of 5 by 2, and from here cos x is equals to cos inverse of 1 by 3. Okay, cos inverse 5 by 2, this is undefined, so from here no solution. Okay, so cos inverse 1 by 3 is equals to x is equals to 70.52, right? Okay, now let me check cos is positive in which quadrant. If I draw the coordinate system, right, so we have A, S, T, C. Now here the cos is positive, so cos is positive in the first and in the fourth quadrant. So this value is in the first quadrant between 0 to 90, right? This value is in the first quadrant. Now for this quadrant we do 360 degree minus the x value, right? Now let me do 360 minus answer. This is 289.4547 is just 5. So the other value of x is 289.5 degrees. So these are the two values of x that satisfies the domain. Now for part B1, show that when y is between minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, this expression can be written in the form a sine y, where a is an integer. Okay, so a sine y. So let me write tan as sine by cos. So we can say 4 sine y over cos y, right? And this is divided by square root of 1 plus sine square y over cos square y whole square root, right? Now for the next step, we can say 4 sine y over cos y, okay, divides, we have a square root of cos square y plus sine square y divides cos square y and the square root, right? Now further simplification, 4 sine y over cos y, this is divided by cos square y plus sine square y is just 1, so we have a square root of 1 over cos square y. Okay, so 4 sine y over cos y, right, and this whole thing divided by 1 by cos y. Now doing a reciprocal, 4 sine y over cos y is multiplied by cos y over 1. So cancel the cos y and we have 4 sine y. And this is a sine y and a is an integer, so a value is equals to 4. Now for the second part, hence solve this plus 3 equals to 0 for y is between minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 radians. So this whole expression is 4 sine y and plus 3. So we can say 4 sine y plus 3, this is equals to 0. So sine y is equals to negative 3 divided by 4, right? And what is y? Y equals to sine inverse of 3 by 4, positive one first, right? This is in radians. Now converting my calculator into, sorry, not degrees, in radians, right? Sine inverse 3 by 4, this is 0.848. Y value is 0.8480. Okay, this is a value for y. Now we have to check sine is negative in which quadrant, because this equation is for negative, right? So here we have A, S, T, and C. So sine is positive in first and second quadrant. It is negative in the third and the fourth quadrant. So for third quadrant, we do pi minus the y value, and here we do 2 pi minus the pi plus the y value, right? So let me find the two values. So in pi, we add 0.8480, right? So the y value we got is 3.989, and if we do 2 pi minus and 2 pi minus that y value, this is equals to 5.435. These are the two y values, but you can see we have a domain between minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So what is pi by 2? So this is 1.57. So between minus 1.57 is less than y is less than 1.57, right? And both values does not belongs to the domain. So what we have to do, we need to reduce the value. So how can we reduce? We need to subtract 2 pi in both values, right? Okay, so 3.989 minus 2 pi, this is equals to negative 2.29. This also does not belongs to the domain again, and we have 5.435 0.435 minus 2 pi. This is minus 0.848. This is minus 0.4848. So this belongs to the domain. So the only value of y that belongs to the domain is this one, not this one, right? So we can say that y is equals to negative 0.848. Question number 10, part A, find the unit vector in the direction of this vector. So the unit vector is vector divided by its magnitude. So first let me find the magnitude of the vector 5i minus 15j. So this is square root of 5 square plus 15 square. Okay, so 5 square is 25 and 15 square is 225. So this is square 25 plus 225 square root. 25 plus 225 plus 25 is 250. Square root of 250 or square root of 250 is 5 square root of 10. Right. Now we can say the unit vector is vector, that is 5i minus 15j, divided by its magnitude, that is 5 square root of 10. Now for part B, the position vector of points A and B relative to an origin is 3, minus 5 and 12, 7 respectively. The point C lies on AB such that AC ratio CB is to ratio 1. Okay, let me draw this. Let me draw the line AB, right? This is A and this is B, and the point C lies on AB such that A to C is in the ratio of 2 and C to B is in the ratio of 1, right? And the total we have 2 plus 1, AB is total is 3, right? So here we can say that what is AC? AC is 2 by 3 of the total AB, or we can say CB is 1 by 3 of AB, right? We can use the first or second one to solve for C, right? Okay, so first let me solve AB. AB is OB minus OA, right? So OB is 12, 7, 12, 7 and minus 3 and minus 5, right? So what is AB? AB is 12 take away 3 is 9, and 7 negative times negative is positive, and 7 plus 5 is 12, right? So here I'm using this one, that A to C is 2 by 3 of AB. This is 9 and 12, right? Now let me simplify. 2 by 3 of 9 is 6, and 2 by 3 of 12 is 8, right? Now AC is OC minus OA. This is equals to 6 and 8, right? And to solve OC, we do 6, 8 plus OA. This is 3 and minus 5, right? So we can say OC is equals to 6 plus 3, this is 9, and 8 subtract 5, so 8 minus 5 is 3. So 9 and 3 is the position vector of C relative to origin. Now for the second part, the point D lies on OB. Okay, if I draw OB, the point D lies on OB such that O to D is in the ratio of 1, and O to B, the whole is lambda. This whole thing is lambda, right? And what is this? This is 1 minus lambda, right? So we can say that what is OD? OD is 1 by lambda of OB, the total, right? And we have DC is 6, 1 point. Let me use this. We need to find the value of lambda. DC is OC minus OD, and this is 6 and 1.25, right? So we have to find the value of OD from here. So we can say that OC minus 6, 1.25, this is equals to OD, right? So OD is equals to the C coordinates from the previous part is 9 and 3, you can see, right? OC is 9, 3, and we subtract 6 and 1.25. So OD is equals to 9 minus 6. This is 3, and 3 minus 1.25. This is 1.75. This is OD, right? So put over here, we can solve the lambda. So from here, OD is 1 by lambda times OB, right? Or we can say that this is OD. What is lambda? Lambda equals to OB divides OD. Okay, lambda equals to OB we have given is 12.7. We have to divide this by 3 and 1.7. Okay, so this, how can we make this 3? So if I can do 12 divides 4 is 3. So taking 4 common. 4 is common. We have 3, and 7 divides 4 is 1.75. Divides 3 and 1.75. We can cancel 3 and 1.75. So from here the lambda value is equals to 4. Question number 11. The velocity v meter per second of a particle traveling in a straight line t seconds after passing through a fixed point O is given by, this is a velocity. Number 1, explain why the direction of motion of a particle never changes. So the direction of motion of a particle never changes because velocity is greater than 0. Velocity is never negative, because when you put t equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, you will get a positive value for the velocity. That is why the direction of motion of the particle never changes. Now for the second part, showing all your working, find the acceleration of the particle when time is 5, right? So acceleration is the derivative of velocity with respect to time, right? So this is a velocity. We have 4 t plus 1 power is minus 3. We apply the power rule. 4 minus 3 t plus 1, the power is minus 3 minus 1, and the derivative of t plus 1 is just 1. So we have minus 12 divides t plus 1, the power is 4. This is the acceleration. Now acceleration at t is equals to 5. Minus 12 divides 5 plus 1 is 6 power 4, right? So we have negative 12 divides 6 power 4. This is equals to, we can say, minus 1 over 108 meter per second square. Right, now for the third part, find an expression for the displacement of the particle from 0 after t seconds. Okay, so when time equals to 0, the displacement of the particle is equals to 0, right? We have to find the displacement and velocity we have given. So the displacement is integration of velocity with respect to time, right? So we have to integrate applying the power rule here. Okay, so by using the power rule of integration, we have 4 t plus 1 minus 3 plus 1 over minus 3 plus 1 plus some constant of integration. Now the displacement is, we have 2 here, minus 2, and 4 by minus 2 is just minus 2, and t plus 1, this is 2 plus c, right? Now to solve the constant of integration, we have to use this condition that the displacement is 0 when the time is 0. 1 square plus c. So from here 2 equals to the c value. So when 2 equals to the c value, so we can say the displacement of the particle is minus 2 over t plus 1 square plus 2. Now for part 4, find the distance traveled by the particle in the 4th second. Distance traveled is basically the sum of displacements. In the fourth second, it means we have to find the displacement between the third second and the fourth second. Right. So first we have to find the displacement at t equals to 3. The displacement at t is equals to 3 is minus 2 over 3 plus 1 is 4 square plus 2. Minus 2 divides 4 square is 16 plus 2. This is 15 by 8 or 1.875. Right. And displacement at t is equals to 4 is minus 2 over 4 plus 1, that is 5 square plus 2. Okay, minus 2 divides 25 plus 2. This is 1.92. 1.92. And the distance traveled by the particle in the fourth second is the displacement at t equals to 4 minus the displacement at t is equals to 3. Right. So the difference in the displacements. Right. So 1.92 minus 1.87. It's 875. Yes. 1.92 minus 1.875. This is equals to 0.045. 0.045. This is the distance traveled by the particle in the fourth second. Question number 12. Number A. The functions f and g are defined by f of x and g of x. Number 1, state the range of g. So we have a function g of x, 4x square minus 9, for x is greater than 0. So what is g of 0? This is equals to negative 9. So the domain is x is greater than 0. The range is g is greater than 9, negative 9. So we can say the range of g is g of x is greater than minus 9. Now for the second part, find the domain of g f of x. So g domain is x is greater than 0 and f of x domain is x is greater than 1. So the domain of g composition f of x is equals to x is greater than 1, the domain of the inner function. Now for the third part, showing all your working, find the exact solutions of g f of x equals to 4. So what is g f of x? G f of x is 5x minus 2. This is equals to 4. And g of x is 4x square, 5x minus 2 whole square minus 9, negative 4 equals to 0. Right. So we have 4. 5 is square is 25x square, 2 square is 4, minus 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 5 is 20x, and negative minus 9 minus 4, this is minus 13. This is equals to 0. Right. Now 4 times 25 is 100x square. 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 2 is 8, 80, minus 13, this is equals to 0. 100x square minus 80, this is square, this is x, and 16 take away 13 is just 3, equals to 0, right? Okay, so we have a quadratic equation. We have to solve it by, let me use quadratic formula. X is equals to negative b plus minus square root b square minus 4 times the a value times the c value divides and the square root 2 times of a. Okay, now further simplification, x is equals to 80 plus minus square root, we can say that 4 times 100 times 3 times minus 1 is minus 1200, and 80 square minus 1200, this is 5200 divides 200, right? Square root of 5200. Okay, now we have two values for x from here. 80 plus square root 5200 divides 200, the first value, x is equals to 0.761, right? And we have the second value, we can say 80 minus square root of 5200 divides 200. This is equals to 0.039. Okay, since the domain of g f of x is greater than 1 and both the solutions does not lies in the domain, so there is no solution for this equation. But according to the marking scheme, there is 45 over here, and when you solve with 45 you will get the solution that is greater than -1. But when there is 4, there is no solution for this equation. Now for part B, the function h is defined by h of x is a square root function for x is less than equals to -1. Number 1, state the geometrical relationship between the graphs of y equals to h of x and y equals to h inverse of x, right? The function and the inverse functions are basically the reflection of each other along a line y equals to x. So we can say that they are reflections of each other in the line y equals to x, right? Now for the second part, find an expression for h inverse of x. So we have to put y equals to h of x, that is square root of x square minus 1, and then we have to change the variables. X is equals to square root of y square minus 1. To solve for y, taking squares on both sides, x square equals to y square minus 1. So x square plus 1 equals to y square, and from here we can say, so the value of y is plus minus square root of x square plus 1. Okay, so there are two h inverse of x. This is h inverse of x, right? And we have the domain of h of x, that is x is less than equals to -1. So we have to pick the only one, there is only unique inverse function. So h inverse of x is with a negative square root of x square plus 1. This is the h inverse of x. As we know that the domain of f of x is x is less than equals to -1, and the domain of f of x is the range of f inverse of x, right? So the range must be, output must be less than equals to -1, right? So that is why we select the -1. So that was the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.